In this particular video, we're going to be looking at clause 4.2 of either ISO 9, ISO 14, or ISO 45001 2018. Hi, and welcome to another video on the road to SHEQ certification. My name is Nicholas Graham. I'm the Managing Director of Safety Risk Management Consultants. We've taken many clients through to certification against a wide variety of management systems, and in this video we want to share some of the tools and tips that we've learned over the past couple of years. We're going to be looking at clause 4.2, which is you are required to determine the needs and expectations of workers and interested parties. So we have a few examples here. We've given an example of a scoped organization in South Africa with 4 branches that is responsible for marketing. The purpose of this particular business is the marketing, sales, design, development of metal doors and window frames, just so that you've got some context to the organization that we're having a look at. Before we embark on explaining clause 4.2, let's have a look at a couple of essential definitions. So one of the definitions that we need to look at in clause 4.2 is the worker. Now, a worker is a person performing work or related activities under the control of the organization. Also, what is an interested party? Well, an interested party is a person or organization that can affect or be affected by the decisions or actions, activities of the organization. So when we look at clause 4.2, we need to determine for the scoped organization with 4 branches, Gauteng, KZN, PE, and Cape Town, for this scoped organization, we need to determine the needs and expectations of workers and interested parties. Now, in terms of clause 4.2, basically what we're focusing on there is we need to identify requirements that are going to affect our SHEQ management system. ISO 9001 refers to it as we need to consider the requirements that will have an effect on the organization's ability to consistently meet product and service requirements. So from a health and safety perspective, we want to identify the needs and expectations of workers and interested parties that will affect our SHEQ management system. So we've developed a tool where we have a look at the needs and expectations of the workers and interested parties. Now, in essence, the tool looks a bit like this. It's a variety of different columns in which, as per the scoped organization, we're going to, first off, we have to identify who is the interested party or the worker. Once we've identified the interested party, we need to identify what the needs and expectations are, and then is this going to become a compliance obligation within our system? As in, is this a legal or other requirement for our management system? So some examples here with regards to clause 4.2. Our customer is going to be an interested party in our organization. What are some of their needs and expectations? Well, our customers are going to be interested in our products, our services, they're interested in our costs, our guarantees, our warranties, and the quality of our product. Now, please appreciate that what we're looking at here is at a relatively macro level for the organization. This is a very, very high level that we're looking at it. So the customers, those are some of their needs and expectations. Yes, this is going to be a compliance obligation or something that we're going to verify against within our system. So we want to identify these issues so that we can plan and accommodate them during the development of our management system. Other examples of interested parties and workers could be our suppliers. Our suppliers' needs and expectations is they're interested in, as an example, our payment terms. What are our health and safety or our product requirements? What are the health and safety requirements that we have with regards to the services that suppliers are going to render? Yes, we could consider this as a compliance obligation, and we may plan for it, monitor and measure it through a supplier process, as an example. Other examples of interested parties could be neighbors. Our neighbors adjacent to our operations could be interested in our SHEQ compliance. We're going to build that into our operational controls to make sure that we comply with SHE legal and other requirements. Our workers are going to be interested in our SHE compliance, our profit and our sustainability. So yes, a lot of those things are going to become legal and other requirements because we need to comply with the legal requirements to adhere to South African regulatory framework. The government, the Department of Labor, SARS, as an example, they're all interested in the compliance of our organization. And yes, many of those things would become compliance obligations and things that we're going to control through our operational control processes and our audits. So let's have a look at the overview of what is the purpose behind clause 4.2. Well, basically, we want to identify SHEQ requirements, whether they be legal or other, that are going to impact on our SHEQ system. If you remember, in clause 4.1, we looked at internal and external issues that were relevant to our purpose or that could affect the intended outcome of our management system. Well, in 4.2, we further identify needs and expectations of workers and interested parties. We identify those particular requirements so that we can plan for them. We can plan to meet customer product and service requirements. We can define warranties. We can define our payment terms and our product requirements, and we can manage our SHE compliance. So in short, we want to identify those different requirements that are created, the needs and expectations of workers and interested parties. We identify them now so that in later clauses we can plan, we can quantify them, we can control them through operational control procedures, and then we can monitor and measure them through our auditing, our inspections process, or through our compliance audits. So that's just an overview of clause 4.2. We trust that you have enjoyed this video.